June 22nd. 1941, before dawn, German forces crossed the Soviet border along a front stretching thousands of kilometers. Adolf Hitler and the German High Command believed the campaign would end within months based on previous victories in Europe. The Red Army was expected to collapse under the pressure of rapid armored advances and encirclement. German confidence was not blind optimism, but the product of experience. Poland, France, and the Balkans had fallen with remarkable speed. German doctrine emphasized shock maneuver and destruction of enemy command structures. By traditional military logic, the assumptions were sound. The Soviet Union had suffered purges that weakened leadership and coordination. Its forces appeared disorganized, outdated, and poorly led. What German planners failed to understand was that they were not invading an army alone. They were invading a system. The German army that launched Operation Barbarossa was the most experienced fighting force in the world at that moment. Its officers had mastered combined arms warfare, integrating armor, infantry, artillery, and air power into a single operational rhythm. German divisions moved faster and coordinated more effectively than any opponent they had faced. Blitzkrieg depended on speed and collapse. Enemy forces were expected to break psychologically once surrounded or cut off. Victory was achieved not by destroying every unit, but by rendering resistance meaningless. Early results appeared to confirm this logic. Entire Soviet formations were encircled and destroyed in massive pockets. Hundreds of thousands of prisoners were taken in the first weeks. German commanders interpreted these outcomes as proof that the war was already won. Reports spoke of enemy disintegration and imminent collapse. The system they trusted had delivered again. The battlefield reality, however, was more complex than initial reports suggested. Soviet forces did not cease to exist after encirclement. New units appeared behind the front, even as old ones were destroyed. Geography imposed limits. German planners had underestimated. Distances were vast and infrastructure was poor. Supply lines stretched beyond what German logistics had been designed to sustain. Roads turned to mud during autumn rains and froze solid in winter. Fuel, ammunition, and spare parts failed to arrive on time. Vehicles broke down faster than they could be repaired. The German system relied on short campaigns close to industrial centers. Barbarossa demanded endurance over scale. That mismatch grew more severe with every kilometer advanced. Initial contact with the Soviet system did not occur in a single moment. It emerged gradually through repetition and replacement. Each destroyed Soviet unit was followed by another. Soviet command absorbed losses and continued fighting. Factories relocated beyond the Urals increased output rather than collapsed. Millions of new soldiers were mobilized and trained. German intelligence struggled to explain this resilience. Traditional metrics suggested the enemy should already be finished. Instead, resistance intensified. The German army fought brilliantly at the tactical level. It failed at the systemic level. Attrition that favored Germany and France favored the Soviet Union in the east. By late 1941, German forces stood at the gates of Moscow. They were exhausted, undersupplied, and exposed to winter conditions they were not equipped to endure. The Red Army launched counteroffensives using fresh units. For the first time, German forces were forced back on a massive scale. The illusion of inevitable victory collapsed. What remained was a war of production manpower and time. Germany could not replace losses at the rate required. Its industry was not fully mobilized and its manpower pool was limited. The Soviet Union expanded both. Operation Barbarossa did not fail because German soldiers lacked courage. It failed because Germany attempted to defeat a continental industrial power with a system built for rapid collapse warfare. Once speed failed, endurance decided the outcome. From that moment forward, Germany could still win battles. It could not win the war. The system it faced was larger, deeper, and capable of absorbing destruction indefinitely. Barbarossa was not the beginning of Germany's defeat. It was the moment defeat became unavoidable.